So, in this video I want to talk about time, okay? And I want to talk about how we can change our experience of time. Now, what does that mean? So, there's a certain amount of time in every day, okay? A second is the same length of time. But have you ever noticed how sometimes time seems to rush by and other times it seems to really drag, okay? Now, I want you to consider that what's happening there is your emotional state in this area of the body, in and around the sacral chakra, can actually then affect the emotional energy of time, which is held in the lower legs and the feet, okay? So if you think of it like a river flowing and you were standing in it, yeah, is that river flowing at the speed you want it to, which is harmony, like it's in step with you, in sync with you? Is it dragging, so it's moving slowly or even slowing you down, in which case you may feel like you have to wait too long for things, you may feel like you have to be patient or you have to be tolerant, or on the flip side, are you feeling rushed, like you have to do something quickly or else you're going to miss your chance, or there's not enough time, like pressures to do with deadlines at work or to do with making decisions before other people are not available. Okay, now the key thing is that you want to be aware of where you start to have a familiar experience where time is always moving too quickly or it's always moving too slowly, and allow yourself to create practices, one of which is, for example, being still and sometimes stepping out of your normal experience of time, like making time away from work or away from stressful family situations, where you can just be in the moment. You can look at your timeline, you can look back into the past and look into the future and get clear about how much of your experience of time is being generated by you. What do I mean by that? So, if you start to get attached to particular strategies, like imagine you have an excess of patience or tolerance, which is also held in the lower legs and the feet. So that's like being willing to stay in a situation for too long. What you start to do is attract towards you the extremes of the experience of time. So time will start to push you and try and move you forward and you'll be resisting it. Or time will say, okay, we're going to allow you to procrastinate, to be overly patient and put things off. And that's not just going to happen in the area that you want. It's going to happen in your finances, it's going to happen in your fitness, so it will take you ages to get the results you want, and all around you will feel like there's more and more distance between you and the things that you want. And by the way, the key relationship between distance and time is that you've got two bones in the lower leg, and they relate to time and space, okay? So, if you look at the space outside, if you stand in the middle of the cricket pitch, you might have enough time to see someone who's coming towards you and decide your course of action, okay? So that would be the appropriate amount of space you need to be able to calculate what you need to do. But equally, if something was happening way on the other side of the field and you needed to get over there really quickly, you might find that the space was actually an obstacle. So something like space or time can both be an asset that helps you and something that hinders you. And what's going to make the difference is whether or not you've created a relationship to time or space, whether you have formalized it and you've let your environment know about it so that things can adjust themselves, or whether you're being a victim of time and space and just kind of putting up with those things until they can be any different, okay? So start to look in your life as to what you've decided in advance is going to take ages, what's going to be rushed, and start to let go of those extremes of there being too much or there being a lack. And then this is where we start to look at what's in the middle of that, which is about having enough. So the next couple of videos will be about what does it look like to have enough of the resources that you want and what are the implications of not having enough.